ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ದಿನ ನಾವು ವಿಜಯನಗರ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣದೇವರಾಯ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯ BCom 6ನೇ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ನ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿಷಯದ 29ನೇ ಸೆಷನನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ನಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು 29ನೇ ಸೆಷನ್ನಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು 38ನೇ ಸೆಷನ್ವರೆಗೆ ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಗೆ ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್, ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಆಪ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ is the name given to the system of cost used in the concern which renders services rather than produce an article. Operating costing can be stated that it is a method of costing which is used for calculating cost per unit in those industries which do not produce an article or product but which create and provide a service that is needed by the people in the society. Services may be performed internally and externally. Services are termed as internal when they have to be performed on interdepartmental basis in the factory itself. For example, powerhouse services, canteen services, etc. Services are termed as external when they are to be rendered to outside parties. Public utility services like transport, water supply, electricity supply, hospitals are the best example for service costing. Thus, operating costing is a method of cost accumulation which is designed to determine the cost of services. So, the operating costing is also called as service costing, period costing or terminal costing. Service costing means rendering service to the public or to an organization for which cost is accumulated and calculated. Period costing means the cost data collected and calculated for a specific period. Terminal costing means a bus or truck of a transport undertaking charactered for the specific trip. The following are some of the examples of undertakings where operating costing is normally be adopted. For transport services, in transport services we come across road transport, railways, shipping services, airways, etc. In supply services, gas, electricity, water supply, etc. In welfare services, hospitals, canteens, libraries, etc. In municipal services, street lighting, road maintenance, etc. So these are all the industries which adopt the operating costing for the calculation of cost per unit. So let us know some definitions. CIMA London defines operating costing as that form of operation costing which applies where standardized services are rendered either by an undertaking or by a service cost center with an undertaking. And Weldon defines operating costing is actually unit costing as applied to the costing of services. From these two definitions we can frame the features. First one is uniform service is provided to all the customers. Second one is the costs are classified into fixed and variable. And next is the fixed and variable cost classification is necessary to ascertain the cost of service and unit cost of service. And fourth one is there is no physical stock of article if an undertaking renders a service. So fifth one is if the cost center is operating for an undertaking, there is no sale of service but render the service. In other words, if a cost center is operating for public, it sells its service to the public. Sixth one is the cost unit may be simple in certain cases or composite or compound in other cases like transport undertakings. Seventh one is total costs are average over the total amount of service rendered. Next, last one is the costs are collected from the authentic documents like daily log sheet, operating cost sheet, boiler house cost sheet, canteen cost sheet, etc. How to determine the a suitable cost unit for the cost ascertainment in operating cost. So the method of computing operating cost is simple. The expenses of operating a service for a particular period are grouped under suitable headings, and their total is divided by the number of service units for the same period, and thus cost per unit of service is obtained. So the cost for a future period may be estimated on the basis of estimated service units and the estimated costs. So this will help in fixing the price to be charged for the service units and estimated costs. Thus, the principle involved under operating costing is the same under unit costing, but they differ in the manner in which costing information have to be collected and allocated to the units. So, determining the suitable cost unit to be used for the cost ascertainment is a major problem in the service costing or operating costing. Selection of a proper cost unit is a difficult task. A proper unit of cost must be related with reference to the nature and the cost objectives. The cost unit related must be simple, that is per bed in a hospital, per cup of tea sold in a canteen, and per child in a school. In certain cases, composite unit is used, that is passenger kilometer in a road transport company, etc. The following are the some of the examples of the cost units used in the different organizations. In goods transport, for simple cost unit it is per ton, and for composite cost unit it is per ton kilometer or per quintal kilometer. In railway or bus transport, per passenger is the simple cost unit, and for composite cost unit it is per passenger or per passenger kilometer. For electricity, in simple cost, the simple cost unit is per kilowatt, and composite cost unit is per kilowatt hour. In hotels, per guest is the simple cost unit, and per guest per day is the composite cost unit. In hospitals, per patient or per bed occupied is a simple cost unit, and for composite cost unit it is per patient per day, per bed per day occupied. In canteen, only simple cost unit can be seen, that is per meal or per thali. In water supply, per 1000 liters of water. In education institutions, per student is the simple cost unit. Okay, in our syllabus we have only the transport costing. So let us know what is transport costing. Transport costing is applied in those undertakings where services are provided for carriage of passengers from one place to another place, or carriage of goods from one place to another place. Transport industries include air, water, road and railways. Motor transport includes private cars, carriers for owners, buses, taxis, lorries, etc. In these organizations, costs related to services are collected and classified in such a manner so that cost per unit of transport service may be ascertained. Though a transport service can be related to air, water and land, but only services provided by means of road, especially by bus or truck, are considered here. So in our syllabus only the transport costing, that is too related to the bus or truck, is considered. So what are the objectives of this transport costing? Now let us know what are the objectives of transport costing. So first objective is to ascertain the operation cost of running a vehicle. Second is to provide an accurate basis for quotation and fixing of rates. Third one is to provide cost comparison between own transport and alternative, for example hiring. Fourth one is to compare the cost of monitoring one group of vehicles with another group. Fifth one is to determine the cost to be charged against the departments using the service. Last is to ensure that the cost of maintenance and repairs is not excessive. So these are the objectives of transport costing. So now let us classify the cost in operating costing. The operating costs are accumulated for a period monthly, quarterly, or for half yearly, etc. In certain cases, costs relate to each trip, each kilometer, etc. are also taken into account. In the operating cost sheet format, all the business costs are classified according to their behavior, that is fixed costs, semi-variable costs and variable costs. So what are fixed or standing charges? Fixed or standing charges are those charges which will not vary with the running of vehicles. So these charges are incurred whether vehicle is operating or not. They are incurred on the basis of time. For example, rent, vehicle tax, salary of operating managers, salary of supervisors, insurance, lighting, overheads, establishment charges, depreciation and commission, and salary of drivers and conductors if based on time. So then what are maintenance charges? Are semi-variable charges. These are semi-variable expenses in nature. They are neither fixed nor variable. They tend to remain fixed for certain level and tend to vary after a certain level. For example, cost of tires and tubes, repairs and maintenance, painting, overhauls, etc. So then what are running or variable charges? Running costs are the cost of operations. These charges vary more or less in direct proportion to kilometers. These expenses are variable in nature because they are dependent on the distance covered and trips made. For example, oil, diesel, petrol, depreciation and commission and salary of drivers and conductors if based on kilometers. So what is the cost unit in transport costing? A cost unit is a quantitative unit of product or service in relation to which costs are ascertained. The cost incurred during a period are duly collected, analyzed and expressed in terms of cost unit. The cost unit in transport costing may be simple cost unit or composite cost unit. The cost unit which uses only one single parameter for measurement of service cost is termed as simple cost unit. For example, cost per kilometer, cost per passenger, etc. Sometimes more than one measurement unit are combined together to know the cost of service or operation. These are called composite cost units. For example, cost per passenger kilometer, cost per ton kilometer, etc. So what are the steps for calculation of cost per passenger kilometer or cost per kilometer? First step is calculation of effective kilometers, effective passenger kilometers, effective ton kilometers for the given period. Second step is to calculate the total operating cost for the given period. Third is to calculate the cost per kilometer or cost per passenger kilometer or cost per ton kilometer. So next session we will deeply learn about the steps involved in the calculation of cost per kilometer, cost per passenger kilometer and cost per ton kilometer. Thank you.